Hey everyone, welcome again. This is Rich Hall with the Rich Hall Group. I'm a business coach, joined today by Ryan Mohr, who is president of Red Fox Optimization. Welcome, Ryan.
Thanks, Rich. I really appreciate it.
Okay, good. Thanks for joining. Hey, let's jump right in. So we've heard a lot about cost reduction services. So why don't you share with us today what are cost reduction services and how Red Fox Optimization is different?
Yeah, cost reduction services are services that reduce the cost of existing services, hardware, or infrastructure for an organization. Red Fox is specifically focused on telecom services, including landline phone, cell phone, internet, fax, TV, conferencing, and more services. So that's one way that Red Fox stands out. Another point is that my solution is no risk. I have a free upfront analysis that begins the process, and billing is entirely extracted from a percentage of the savings that my service generates with its optimizations. So not only do you have the opportunity to see the potential for my service's implementation before I implement, but I generate value every single time, or we don't work together. That's the bottom line. The other reason it's no risk is that you can say no to me when I present to you. So if I bring the implementation projection to you and you don't like it, then I walk away, no questions asked, no billing charge at that point. Another point of standing out for Red Fox is the depth of my optimizations. I don't only perform same supplier optimizations, I do migrations and system infrastructure overhauls where needed. I'm very client focused, so focused on putting myself in the client's shoes, your shoes, and optimizing on your best interests and behalf, and doing so in a way that is vendor agnostic. I don't partner with any suppliers. I don't bring any of their markups to my clients, and I always implement the best solution in terms of cost and performance for them.
Okay, so as I understand it, a lot of the other cost reduction services really take a broad spectrum and may not have expertise in particular areas, whereas you have a lot of knowledge and expertise in the telecom space, which does include a lot of expensive items today, like internet service and telephony and things like that. So, all right, so help me out a little bit. What is a typical project and outcome?
Okay, so a typical project would be a unification of voice on the cloud. It could be a general optimization of services, including internet and phones. There's a wide spectrum of things I can do for my potential clients. The bottom line is every project is different, but there are basic principles. We sign a service agreement. My service agreement is 3 years. This ensures that I'm not a hit and run consultant. I work with my clients on the long term to ensure quality, and I stand by every optimization, doing month over month audits to ensure quality after they're implemented. So we start with that service agreement. It begins the analysis phase. The analysis is free, and I project an optimization. I bring it to you and present that in a way that is easy to understand and shows number projections for the amount of savings I expect to generate. If the client likes it, then they say yes, and I go and implement. 95% of the project is on my desk. This means that my clients don't have to spend significant time working with me in order to receive the benefits that I provide. 5% of the time is on the client's desk. I need help getting access to data and authorization to work through my analysis process and provide that projection, and then also implement when the time comes. So once implementation begins, I start measuring month over month the changes in the bills from baseline to optimized. So baseline is the initial spend, optimized is the spend after the changes are made. And then I take a percentage of the savings I generate and provide ongoing quality assurance and management and troubleshooting of any issues for 3 years.
Okay, so just make sure, it sounds too good to be true. So what is the cost and scope for something like this?
Upfront cost is zero. It's a no risk business model for the clients. So I take on the risk so that you can see my benefit before I provide it. Then I provide it. The only cost is a percentage of the savings that are generated. Typical savings are 20 to 40%. I've seen as high as 67.1. And I really like working with my clients. Part of the project scope for me is service and bringing that benefit and value to my clients every day and working in their best interest.
Excellent. Well, thank you for joining us today, Ryan. Hey, for our listeners, I highly recommend reach out to Ryan. We're going to have his contact information at the end of the video. It's also going to be in the comments. So reach out, hit his website. Again, it's Ryan Mohr with Red Fox Optimization. And Ryan, again, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Rich. I appreciate it. Have a great one.